We're on the road to Husker Harvest Days, and guess who we run into? The Nebraska Lieutenant Governor Mike Foley, who just days ago returned from a mission to Japan. And I guess first, Governor, let's talk about Husker Harvest Days. First,
this is a something. I love coming to this show. You know, this is the premier ag show anywhere in the country, I think. And we're not fighting all that mud this year. It's nice and dry out here. It's a little breezy, warm, but last year we were slogging through all that mud. So it's a nice and clean, dry facility. Huge crowds out here today. Just a great atmosphere to showcase Nebraska's ag sector.
And as we talk about showcasing the sector, a lot of these products that farmers are looking at and other folks have to deal with trade, and that was what your mission to Japan was.
Absolutely. We took a delegation, about 20 folks, some big-time ag producers and some Department of Agriculture folks and myself, over to Japan to build on the relationship that we have with the nation of Japan. It's an amazing country, 120 million people living on those little islands in Japan. They've got a very, very advanced economy. They've got a lot of money to spend. And as time goes on, they're discovering and enjoying Nebraska ag products. They're buying $1 billion of ag products from us every year. They're our #1 customer for beef, for pork, for corn, wheat, and eggs. So they're a super customer. They love this stuff. And the Japan culture is transforming right now. Obviously, as an island nation, they've always had plenty of fish, plenty of seafood. But as time goes on, they're becoming a little bit more westernized in their diet. They're actually buying and consuming more meat than they are fish. So that's good news for us because we want to sell them more. And we had one event over there at one of the major hotels where we had a taste testing. 700 Japanese folks showed up, people who own restaurants, who are in the food service business, and we gave them a good taste treat of Nebraska ag products, and they love it, and they want to buy more of it. The premier restaurants, the premier hotels in Japan all recognize the superior quality of Nebraska beef and pork products. They want to buy more.
It seems like you had a very diverse group. Part of the meetings were part with the U.S. Meat Export Federation, but you had folks from the dry beans, general farm organizations. So everybody kind of got to take, but they also had opportunities, if I understand, to talk with individuals and those other group representatives to really build those relationships.
We really did. We had a good cross section of Nebraska agriculture represented on the delegation. And we got to meet with some buyers. We got to see a major cold storage facility, seeing these shipping containers coming in, and seeing that we went to the Tokyo meat market where we're seeing the auction for the beef and the pork so we can see how our products stack up with other products. We're positioned very well for the future. As the TPP goes into effect and those tariffs come down, we're going to be able to sell more ag products to Japan. That's a big boost to our own economy here locally.
Well, let's talk about the economy in Nebraska. You know, reports continue to come out. Nebraska still very, very strong.
Very, very strong. We got the lowest unemployment rate in the nation. We're very proud of that. Our one Achilles heel, though, is, of course, our taxes. We got to do a better job on taxes, particularly the property taxes. Everywhere we go, people are complaining, and they should, about high property taxes. We've got to do a better job of running our government operations in a more lean, more efficient way, create room in the budget, and ease off on some of those taxes. And the governor's made this a priority issue. He's made some progress with it. We had about $400 million added to the property tax credit program this past year. That's just a down payment. We need to do a whole lot more for our farmers and our ag producers. And we're going to bring that issue right back to the legislature next session, keep that issue on the front burner, and keep working at it so we get some real progress made on that tax burden.
All right, well, you're at Husker Harvest Days. What's been your favorite stop, or one of the things that you're really glad to see as you go around the ground?
I went to the pork producers lunch, and it was fabulous. I got a great pork sandwich and a root beer float, and I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Lieutenant Governor, great to see you. Thanks for coming, Husker Harvest Days.
Thanks very much. Always a pleasure to be with you.
Nebraska Lieutenant Governor Mike Foley has joined us on the road at Husker Harvest Days near Grand Island for Ag View. I'm Ken Rogers.